I'm James Paul Corentin.
Full name.
Please don't call me JPC. I play Pez, the mechanic goblin, who's accompanied by her friend Bear, which is their drone.
Hey, everybody! Making sure that's unmuted. How are we doing? Welcome to episode 86, where Siobhan's going to start us off with some banter tonight.
Don't do this to me.
He always
The
does.
person who can notoriously not banter to save a life.
No, you're bantering fine. Look at us go now.
Yeah, banter.
Banter,
Here
banter.
I am.
Banter, 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 banter.
Butter.
I present bantering to the rest of the crew.
I put it to the floor.
Shall we bant?
Shall we bant?
You can bant if you want to.
I like that. That was really good. How you doing, guys?
All good.
Nervous.
Yes.
Why are you nervous?
Nervous and excited.
I have no clue how this is going to go.
Nor do we.
To the point where I put in like days of prep work because I have no fucking clue which way this is going to go.
South.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which way's south in space, mate?
Wherever
Use your space
the wrong
compass,
way
mate.
is.
Yeah, in all fairness.
Stompers.
It's always you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Go see my wife.
Yes, permission.
That's what we're going to do with you all.
Probably kill us.
Just let us take over the ship.
It is a possibility. It is one I have now planned for, is that you could potentially be walking away here with a fucking capital ship.
Damn right.
That'd be great.
It would be cool.
It's slim.
Yeah. It is kind of slim, and like usually I'd like start with like the banter and stuff, but like I've put like days of like writing NPCs and like possibilities as well as like the outcome of like what could happen, because I like to kind of be prepped for a lot of those things. Unlike Jack, who like is just like Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Rude.
I'm kidding.
We have great fun, I'll have you know.
In all fairness, I come away from those sessions with such a headache because at least once a week, once every 2 weeks, I'm crying with laughter. Those sessions are fucking brutal, and I love them. These sessions are brutal in a different way.
Yes.
I'm a very unforgiving GM, I think, a lot of the time. You're welcome. Siobhan, you're obviously on episode 3 with us now.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Fine.
Yeah, just roll
None
with
of
it.
this was my fault, but you know what? It's happening.
And that's what we want to hear. The person coming in like, none of this was my fault. If I died, none of this was my fault.
It is true.
It is very, very true. You have been handed the short end.
Of what?
A big turd.
There's a short end to a turd.
There is in this situation.
No good can come of this.
No.
No.
I think there is. I think you guys are smart enough and inventive enough that and this is kind of what's got me kind of like doing loads of prep work, is because anything could fucking happen here. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go in and I'll do like all of this, and I'll have a look at all these stat blocks, and I'll do all of this and do all of that. Do the job I'm supposed to do as a GM. But fuck, it was tiring. Like, I don't think I've had to put that much work into just describing a grunt. like honestly, like when I like read out the crew list to you in the drift debrief, and like so like the Voidmaw, let's have a look. So like, you know, there were 2 chief pilot officers, and then there were like 10 crew members per pilot officer
That's too many.
that work underneath them. But this is like, if you guys end up with a capital ship, you have to have the crew to populate it and run it. So it's like, you know, that's the downside, and you have to pay them. So, you know, just saying, it is a possibility, and it's something I've looked into. How's that banter topic coming along, Siobhan?
We did it. We bantered.
Okay, banter, check. I will say no more, realistically, then.
Say no more.
Say no more. Otherwise, you guys had a good week? Been up to much?
Busy and...
Work.
Work and more work and
Yeah.
all those things.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing exciting on my end, at least.
Silk Song came out, sorry.
There we go. It's almost like we're on a podcast. So Silk Song came out. I know that you've been waiting for that, and like
7 years I've been waiting. Yeah.
Any good?
Yes. Great. Got Switch 2 as well.
Tell me that that's going to be your outfit for the Halloween.
What, Hornet? Like, just full, like...
Fucking
I
masking
didn't
and
even
a
think
fucking
about
poncho.
that. Oh, yeah.
Fucking well, he's in it. Some black tights, a pair of fucking heels, and a massive needle.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking mine, I saw it.
But what is everyone going as for Halloween?
I'm not saying. Because I suppose this will be the announcement, really, is that we're not going to do a one-shot Halloween this year. We're going to host the Dragonborn Industries Halloween Party. And we're going to have some friends of the show, friends of Gals and Pals, some mutuals coming down, and I'm very, very excited. We're going to play some stupid games. We're going to make fools of ourselves. Fancy dress is optional, but theming at least we do expect. And we're going to record it. I'm going to put it out for you guys to enjoy Halloween with us, because we figured, actually, we do a lot of the TTRPG stuff where we don't interact with the audience. And although painting up the monster manual, I do chat with them and stuff when we chat in the Drift Debrief. It'd be nice to do a stream where we're actually just fucking us and hanging out
Just
with...
fucking us.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, that's the name of Steph's autobiography.
Fucking us.
Just fucking us.
It works on multiple levels.
Do you find that, like, the emphasis on swearing comes in the hard letters? Like, so fuck him. Like, if you say, oh, it's fucking not happening, but if you say fucking, the G really makes the sexualised thing.
It depends.
Depends
I
on
think.
context, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And also on timbre, pitch, tone.
Timbre's a great word, by the way. Timbre.
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 El timbre.
So Silksong's been good.
Yeah,
You spent
really good.
most of your days doing that.
20 hours clocked right now, I think.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's a professional content maker. Not with that game, apparently. Oh, look at what you could have been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have been looking. I haven't played the first one though.
You should play the first.
I completely
Yeah, you should play the
play
first
Do you need to play them in order?
I think to get the full experience, you should play Hollow Knight first.
So we were talking about this today.
But also, if you
because
don't like the mechanics, then play Silksong.
Hollow Knight, on paper, is everything I should love about a game. And I got into it and I was like, why do I have no guidance? Why have I got no tasks?
That's the
I
joy.
need tasks to check off. And apparently now there are tasks.
There are
so I'm like,
tasks.
I can get on board
Yeah.
with that. That's fine. But it's like, I'm the little bitch who like will go into Fable and be like, I love this little light leading me places.
Because I like that
He's
as well, but I think Hollow Knight is like, I think the first one's definitely exploration.
can't be dealing with it.
love
I need at least something to be aiming towards.
And Silksong
Otherwise,
gives
I'm
you
just like,
So, because I quite like the exploration of a game as well. I'm all about the kind of like dungeon crawling with Skyrim, Expedition 33. Making sure you can like catch all the like the little details. So Skyrim was massive for that. It was like find a random cave, go into it, but you didn't need like a little golden light to take you somewhere or anything like that. But I do like a checklist. Like, so if you've picked up a quest, it's at least in
it's
your
there.
fucking.
But I think, it doesn't have that, but you can, like, you almost have to, like, mentally, which I guess you can put in a notebook if you want. But I think if you like the exploration, Hollow Knight, I think you would enjoy it.
I think I would too.
Yeah,
That
I
and the
think you'd like
aesthetic
it.
alone, I'm just it's probably one of the most iconic looking new age characters that I've ever seen, and I do really, really like it. And I was thinking about like Leshies and Pathfinder, and I was like, it could be so easy to be like one of the Leshies and like have them look like that and have that fucking red poncho, which is why I was like, surely you should come to Halloween dressed
That'd be fun.
as them. And I imagine it'd be quite easy.
Yeah.
Food for thought, really.
Indeed.
But yeah, so my costume is pretty much sorted, and it is a costume this year, which is quite fun rather than themed, and it's fucking well easy. And I'm like, yeah.
Birthday suit, isn't it?
I genuinely would love to turn up to a stream fucking naked, but I don't think anybody else would enjoy that. They're like, oh, you like the Ood in like Doctor Who?
yeah.
Why is only part of it shaved?
Oh my god.
It's so pale.
I've got a glare warning.
The white balance to be all over the place. It's not like I even know how to fucking white balance anyway. We're on fucking webcams and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Help.
Money, please.
But honestly, speaking of like advertising and stuff like that, we do actually have a donation button over on our About page. If people ever do feel like they want to donate, you can hit our link tree, or you can go over to the About page on Twitch and you can donate through there. I bring that up because one of the cameras in the room actually is dying at the moment, and I've reached out to the company that makes them and been like, oh, help! But we might be in a position where we actually need to buy new equipment at some point soon. And I realise it now being a few years, that's bound to happen. We had it with the computer at Christmas time, but I was luckily in a position where I could get a new set of equipment. But now it's like, oh, I don't know, I got to turn that up from somewhere. So, if you do end up donating, what that does is it goes back into the channel and it will hopefully end up being able to give us upgrades to equipment and stuff like that. So if you ever do feel like donating, please do. Never let it put you in any form of debt. Don't do it if you physically can't do it, or if you are in a position where money is tight. The best thing you can actually do for us outside of donating is to actually tell a friend. If you enjoy what we do, anything from any of our shows, any of our social medias, anything we put out there as content, just tell a friend about us. Get them to like us, follow us, subscribe to us, so we can like grow and hit things like the advertising revenues on YouTube and Twitch and things like that. Because again, that's all small dividends that eventually adds up over time. Otherwise, I am actually going to jump then into handing over to Steph.
Hello, I'm going to be talking about Warrior Prince 3D, who is our beautiful sponsor. Now, excitingly, Richard has a new website in the works, and I am in the process of making him an advert for that. So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone and film part of that here now, so that I can then use that footage. So you should all get ready to be interviewed.
Oh, God.
Oh, I haven't had this yet. I haven't had an interactive ad yet. I'm very excited.
Easy, I
What,
promise.
drawing?
No, we're not going to draw. This one's an easy one, I promise.
okay.
So, as you know, we are sponsored by Warrior Prince 3D, your one-stop shop for all your cosplay items, terrain, miniatures, figurines, and more. Anything 3D printed. Rich is an absolute wizard and can get it sorted for you. So, you can use the permanent and exclusive code to the stars to get 15% off of your order. And if you chuck £20 worth of goodies into your basket, you will get a free 3D printed Starfinder badge. But let's start with Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
We're here at Dragonborn Industries. Could you please tell the lovely people at home your favourite thing about Warrior Prince 3D?
He makes fantastic miniatures, and he customises anything that you would want to change about any of those miniatures as well, and he's very happy to do anything like that.
Anything.
Anything.
James, Gem. What's your favourite thing about Warrior Prince 3D?
It's got to be the 3D printed Pokemon cards, as well as the other Pokemon miniatures like the Bulbasaur and I believe a Gengar, Ghastly and Haunter statue.
Oh, that's so nice. What a nerd.
Yeah, fucking right.
What a nerd.
I'm caught in my cables.
Oh, no.
So I've got to travel around.
Oh, hello.
Siobhan, you're new to Dragonborn Industries. Hi. Siobhan, as a new member of Dragonborn Industries, what would you say is your favourite thing about Warrior Prince 3D?
Well, I've heard tell that Richard can find things that you desperately want to get 3D printed. If you ask him about it, he might have the file.
Hey. Am I safe to...
Yeah, we're closing it down. I love that it's like new to Dragonborn Industries, has been doing Blood Punk for nearly a year.
Yes, new to Starfinder. She's new to this bit.
New to the official channel.
Yeah.
Hi, boy Ian. As the owner, god, CEO of Dragonborn Industries, you've obviously obviously worked very closely with Richard at Warrior Prince 3D. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes him so sexy?
Yeah, so for me it is his, like Siobhan said, his resourcefulness in terms of like being able to find an STL or a mini for you, but also his willingness to go above and beyond. So what I found with Warrior Prince 3D and with Richard is that his quality and control, I can't talk tonight, control is really, really good. He beats himself up, something rotten, if something bad goes out, so you know that you're going to get a good product from him, and also that he cares about what he sends out, and that shows in not just what he does for work, but also what he does as himself.
Amazing, thank you very much. Don't kill us. So yeah, you've heard it here first, guys. You'll hear it again once I've got all that together. Skeleton. And sorry.
I just caught a comment as well. I don't know what he did. Like, I love the chaos right off the bat. I was like, gee, you haven't seen much of what we do. It is unhinged most of the time.
Whoa. It's been like fucking funny bones over here. But yeah, Warrior Prince 3D.
In a dark house.
In a dark brain.
In a dark street, in a dark house, down the dark stairs. In a dark basement, cellar with the skeletons. Carry on with the others.
That's funny mode.
There was a big skeleton. And a little skeleton. And a dark skeleton. Anyway. Hey, maybe Richard has funny bones STLs that you can send in your direction. But yeah, Warrior Prince 3D, you can currently find him at I can't do it now, it's catching. warriorprince3d.etsy.com, but we'll soon be moving over to a new website which we will talk about whence it happens.
Indeed.
Thank you, gang.
Thank you very, very much, Steph. Thank you very much, Warrior Prince 3D. While you're out there spending money, if you ever end up on the Roll and Play Press website, where you can get things like the one-shot wonders, or things like these amazing toolkits for sci-fi or fantasy GM kits.
So smooth.
I know, right?
Oh.
You can use our code Dragonborn10 to get 10% off your order. You won't get it off shipping, but it does take a little bit off your cart, saving you some money, but also letting them know that you've come from us. They're amazing people, they're a UK company, and they are genuinely just some of the loveliest people in the world. Please go support them, use that code Dragonborn10, and just enjoy saving yourself time and space behind your GM screens. I'd also like to mention that music and sounds used in these current episodes are from Syrinscape and Epidemic Sound. Obviously, Epidemic Sound is a subscription service where you can get many different sounds from like just music tracks for your streams right the way through to like epic scores and stuff, which is the stuff that I like to use for this particular show, while also mixing it now with Syrinscape to get like sound effects and these amazing soundboards that will give you laser blasts and people screaming at you when you don't want it, but also when you do want it. Why are you here? I spent so much time last week getting those ready and then fucked it up at the last minute, and that was on me. So hopefully it'll all go well tonight. But Syrinscape were really, really generous and let us use their product to test it out, and it has been really, really fun. But what's really nice is they have tons of different modules for different games like D&D, Cyberpunk, Call of Cthulhu, Daggerheart, I believe now potentially as well. And they, like, when module books come out, they will go into the module book, they will then take each individual area and they will create a soundscape for it and for the battles as well.
Wow.
Which you can then just press play in your web browser and play it to your D&D group as you play through your campaigns. Please go check them out at Syrinscape.com. And over to Jack, who's going to talk about merch.
Yes, so we spoke briefly about donations earlier, but if you would like something in return for the money that you might spend to support us, you can get some merch over at DragonbornIndustries.com, where there are t-shirts from both the Starfinder and Bloodpunk campaigns.
It's going to be one of those nice
and the famous Diatech flask is also on there, and also some handmade dice by the lovely Ian over here.
Me?
Oh, you indeed. So please go check out DragonbornIndustries.com to purchase some merch and support us in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. I've taken my shoes off. I've been wearing this all day. You guys can all deal with that. So I'm going to throw over to James, who's going to talk about Twitch, YouTube, and Discord.
Yeah, so one way that you can help us keep the Starfinder, Bloodpunk, and Painting Up the Monster Manual going is by supporting the channel. You can do that through Twitch by subscribing using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription. So it's free as long as you've got Amazon Prime, and it just helps us and the Twitch community grow. While you're over, if you're watching it over on YouTube's, not just one.
We've all done it. That's it, isn't it? That's everyone. Yeah. Have you broken yet and said something wrong?
No, but it'll be imminent, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it had been that sentence there, that's when it would have been.
I nearly said the word imminent. I was like,
see the pause.
Imminent. So you know you're in for a good time.
If you're catching up on YouTube, you can join, subscribe, like. You can get a members-only content, getting exclusive perks, and directly supporting us. We've also got a Discord community where fans can come together to chat, share ideas, and show art of different communities and different interests. Yeah. It's just a way to connect with other nerd-minded people. While you're at it, to get us out there into the algorithm, a review on wherever you get your podcasts, or a comment just helps us grow as a group.
Yeah.
So whichever
Emotionally.
one day.
I do like a comment. Like it was one of the first episodes of Blood Prince. I've only just come across. It's like, you're it. I love you.
Hello.
Welcome.
But yeah, no matter how you interact with us, it just helps our little channel grow and eventually get things like a new camera or just our names out there.
Or just coffee. Sometimes I just take the budget and I spend it all on coffee, because that's who I am. Yeah, thank you very much, James. And yeah, please do go check out all of those. Any likes and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. Gals and pals.
We have just dropped our session 0 of An Unexpected Wedding Invitation by Midnight Tower on our Ko-fi. It's up for £1.50 as like a minimum donation. Everything we make from that goes back into Gals to kind of enhance the experience that we're able to give. But you can find us on Ko-fi at Gals ND Pals, and we will be dropping our first episode on Twitch and then YouTube on the 26th of September, which is our first birthday as Gals and Pals, which is very exciting. We've just wrapped our Halloween special, which got a bit more teary than we thought it was gonna. Less it's spoopy in other ways, but yeah, that's going to be coming out as well. So we've got some really exciting online things happening. All in-person one-shots are booked until November, but keep an eye on the socials in case places crop up, and keep an eye out for the Christmas one-shot, which is going to be a bigger thing, which will be announced very soon.
Excellent. Otherwise, apart from, we are also at Happy Piranha on the 25th for a Halloween one-shot run by One Table by Jack, one for me, where we're running Death House. So if you are in the local area and you want to take part in that, then please do get in touch with Happy Piranha to get your tickets, as there is a limited number of space per table. And with that, I believe there are no more announcements, which means we should probably roll our opening credits.
Great.
Having made contact with their new steward liaison officer, JUN1, or Junie. Having met over the delicious sounds of blaster fire.
Yummy.
I'll read it last week's. I'm like, I know this. Why is it like, pausing, I was like, this is,
Deja vu.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember writing this again. No, that's, ignore that!
We are.
Oh, that's a joke.
You're right, mate.
I don't know.
After beginning their journey to
Yay.
Triaxis, an old decision to call out Shadow Captain Tal'd, a vicious pirate supposedly in possession of one of the fabled Guardian Orbs, comes back to haunt our crew. While traversing the Diaspora, an asteroid belt in the Galerion system, the Shadow Captain's fleet, known as the Sythe Fleet, bears down on our cruise ship. Blasters being fired from many swarming vessels comes in close to the cruise ship, as well as 3 imposing gargantuan capital ships closes in on them. Believing one Ida Katoro, a previous party member, is aboard the Hope, Tal'd's vessel launches Ida's previous crew into the shields of Orion's Hope, killing them in the process. When the comms are opened, the Shadow Captain immediately asks where Ida's racing vessel, the Obsidian Blade, is. TJ, not knowing this information, but potentially having Ida's possessions, opens up and plants a little lie inside some truth to this pirate captain that Ida is actually dead and they are looking to execute Ida's will and bring some items to the Shadow Captain. This gets the Shadow Captain's interest piqued, and they invite the crew to dock with the Voidmaw, the largest of these colossal ships, here in the Diaspora. Feeling they have no other choice, our Starfinders take their ship into the Voidmaw, and once docked are instructed to leave all weapons and gear and disembark from the Hope. Once they leave their ship, pirates immediately begin to enter and go through the crew's possessions and strip both the ship and the crew of their items. Junie, trying to hide their stewardship, ultimately can't hide the colours of the stewards that they wear, and the pirates immediately know, calling them out. As well as when Captain Jar DeLune approaches the crew, sees the 3 Guardian Orbs in possession of our crew, and seemingly recognises these immediately, taking possession of them and showing a little curiosity when they take hold of the Keystone Orb, usually in TJ's possession. Thoroughly stripped of all possessions not hidden, the crew are taken to the brig, where they are incarcerated by the warden, all in individual shielded cells.
Yeah.
And that is where we are coming into today's session. Time passes you by, whether that's 2 hours, 6 hours, you're not sure, but eventually, left to your own devices, your eyelids become heavy and sleep comes for you. The cells in which you finally fall asleep are cold and damp, and the smell of rusted iron on the floors and walls are strong and almost remind you of blood. The quiet but constant trilling of the force fields that keeps you inside the cell also creeps into your subconscious as flashes of the last few days you have just experienced begin to turn over in your dreams. I need all of you to begin today's sessions with a D20 roll for me, please.
Oh, no.
We also need to hand out some hero points.
Fuck.
Not great for me either. Oh.
Thank you.
Hero points! Now for our dungeon tokens, there are some customer credit tokens made for our hero points. These can be spent once per game on a D20 roll of their own. Unlike their regular cred sticks, which can be spent on any D20 roll that anybody makes. Junie,
Yes.
what did you roll, please?
19.
You rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's hard.
For you.
Pez.
14.
14. TJ.
Oh, it's a 1.
Natural 1.
See ya.
Oh dear, oh dear.
What, like it's hard?
No, actually.
Kaz.
5.
5.
What's that?
5. You're all dead.
Okay.
Change music. No. Walking in sunshine.
Let's start with you then.
Do you fear death?
Yes.
Do you fear that dark abyss?
Let's start over here.
Very beginning.
A very good place to start.
You got a 14, did you, Paz?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at your character sheet.
I've just got a horrible feeling that big means bad.
Oh, who knows?
It's going to be up to
I just-
later.
Darkness coils around you, Pez, in the brig. Thick like grease and heavy, weighing you down as sleep comes for you. The ship hums low, steady, mechanical, but there's another vibration under it now. Higher pitched, like a chitin scraping metal.
Sorry. Think about vibrators, sweetheart.
You went first, it wasn't me!
We all chuckled like fucking kids, and then I went, oh.
This cat's gone French.
Oh.
Le Kaz.
Anyway, carry on. Vibrations, you say.
The ship hum low, steady, mechanical, but there's another vibration under it now, higher pitched, like chitin scraping metal. The force field of the cell is constantly cycling through its energy cycles, and with it comes this high-pitched trilling noise. The sound isn't part of a regular night in a starship. It's alien and distracting. Yet sleep still takes you. Your body and mind recently pushed to its limits. It's not the comfiest of places, and it's not the safest, but you need sleep, and at last you get it. You can't move. Your breath is shallow. A tremble clinging to your ribs hangs around like a frost. And you try and move, and your fingers twitch, but they never lift. Are you asleep? Your eyes are wide open, but you won't blink. They can't blink. Is this a dream? Are you so tired that you've fallen asleep with your eyes open? Are you close to your friends? Are you alone? These questions feel so strong, yet also like they're on the wisps of reality, floating into the space between waking consciousness and the unknown. Does something just move? Is something in the cell with you? You never heard it enter, but you think you see a figure. A silhouette looms in the stale dark, only caught by your periphery by the flickering of your cell's force field. A bulbous, large head, too large for its thin, humanoid, featureless frame. It's too close. Can I have a perception check, please?
24.
It doesn't speak, it doesn't move, but it steps in. Suddenly nearer, towering over you while you sleep on the ground. It has a corpse-like patience, and your body stays frozen. The air grows thick with the scent of ozone and copper, and the bulbous head of this being is silhouetted by light so bright behind it, but you just make out these oil-like pupilless eyes looking down at you. The aura around it is sterile and wrong. Your vision pulses and the world around you begins to fracture, each crack showing you something you don't want to see. I need another d20 roll, please.
Nat 20. Dead. See you next week, guys.
Don't nod.
Yeah.
It was all a dream.
I think that's the best outcome for you.
Yeah.
There, Let's go to page 192.
What?
Like a tome.
Junie,
Hello.
Oh no.
your dreams feel cold and isolating. Like you're in them, but you're also watching them at the same time. But also watching your own body sleep. The image flickers like some fluorescent tube lights malfunctioning above you, and the trill of the force field seemed louder, and like the strings of a violin played out of tune overwhelm you. You both dream and remember arriving at Skydock and heading to the Steward's Bureau. The unexpected battle against the scavenger ooze, seeing the trio you now know to be the other members of the crew you've joined. Then the flash and trill of sound stabs into your mind as you are then in the Hope and disembarking from Skydock. All of this seen from 2 points of view, both your own memory but also as if you were watching it from the outside. It's almost like watching a replay on a screen with some overlay where reflecting back at you are big translucent pointed eyes of black. Your dreams begin to roll forwards to the attack of the pirate fleet on the Hope, as the crew then disembark onto the Voidmaw, and then as Captain Tal'd holds these orbs. I need a d20 roll from you, please.
9. My favourite number.
You do love a 9.
Yours is pretty high. You watch yourself sitting on the sofa, the lounge sofa in the ship you've just become a crew member on, as TJ sits next to you and scrolls through months of footage giving you the lowdown on the crew's history. That stabbing of strings or metal grinding against itself as the flicker of light somewhere above you in yet another room flashed through your mind, then back to watching yourself being shown this footage. It flickers again, and once more, you are in another place for a fraction of a second, staring at the fluorescent lights above you. And it's almost like everything goes dark with the echo of light that, in like the lights of a photo is really slow and it just leaves that burning image, kind of cools down. in the darkness. Then as quick as it flickers, you see yourself watching the image of you and TJ on the sofa going through the footage again and again. It's like it's going backwards and forwards through certain bits. Can you make me a perception check, please?
17 plus 13 is Jack. Please help.
30.
Okay.
30.
Away with these peasant numbers.
Go on now, don't test me.
Give me something challenging at least.
The image scrolls like you are going through data, and you see grainy images of like a cave where there is one of these orbs just sat on a plinth, and of some of the crew and some others that you don't recognize around. There's a flash in your mind again as images of the crew come up, but it's only from Skydock. Then it moves forward and you see this image of a temple and a bug-like being with these frills at the top of their head holding another one of these. And again, there's like a flash in your eyes. It burns an image into your eyes of this bug-like being, but you can't draw on it, and it goes back to you on the sofa scrolling through these images. And again, of somewhere inside a building with metal floors and these glass walls and vapor, and it's frost on everything. And you see, as the image scrolls through on that screen that you're watching in your memory, of Pez picking up a guardian orb. And again, there's like a flash, but it just goes to Skydock. TJ.
Hello.
As you lay there curled up, the sound of that insistent force field trilling away, you maybe don't feel like sleeping. Certainly not when you're so used to only needing 4 hours a night. But maybe that's why you're so tired. It's finally taken its toll. Maybe that's why it's so hard to tell where conscious thought ends and the dream state begins. And you're back in the hangar bay as Jardaloon takes Roy Orbison from you. The connection emotionally between you and this relic disappearing as they take it onto their person, and you watch their face and their eyes give away that Roy must have connected with them. Can I get a D20 roll, please?
7.
A whisper in your mind creeps up, and for a second you worry about the hope as you turn back and watch in the hangar as there are already panels being taken off her, pirates just entering in and pulling apart the insides. They don't have the captain's codes, and there is a flash, and the light hangs on for a second longer as the photoreceptors adjust to your new surroundings and the hope burning away in the background. You're back on the bridge of the Hope, and Ida's previous crew have just been launched into them. You scramble for a second as you open a comm and declare that they've done you a favour and that you are here to execute Ida's will. You watch yourself from the back of the cockpit for a second, like looking through a hazy pane of glass. You try and move forwards to yourself, but you're trapped, stuck to the ground, motionless. The sound of scraping metal or a chorus of violins screech as you rush Ida on the floating disc towards the tunnel that lead down to the ground level of Hostoki Tower 1. Begging Ida to hold on as his body erupts and explodes, covering everybody in gore. That light flashes again, burning the image of that disc as it collapses in the blood. Your head pierces with the sound of the loud trilling as the light takes time to slowly recede, and you wince and bring yourself back, and you are standing in Dynatech Briefing Room 1, in the lobby of the building, meeting some familiar individuals. Time jumps with a discordant noise and a flicker of lights, but with it, the ceiling of your cell is back in front of you, but burning bright lights buzzing ahead of you seem to move closer towards you. And then you are watching as you traverse Avil, like both playing and watching a speed run, until you find yourself in a cave, stood in front of a blurry set of images, 4 statues and a plinth with the orb that was in your possession earlier today. That flash goes off again, and the noise gears up, and after the burned image of the light enters your mind, you feel a brief moment of the memory of connecting to Roy when you first met them. There is a clatter of something metal hitting the ground that reverberates through your feet skip a line. There's a clatter of something metal hitting the ground that reverberates through your thoughts, and your vision shatters, falling away, but taking you to a blinding light. Another whisper, like wind moving through trees, and a flash. You find yourself on Kashoria. You're in the temple looking at the butterfly window. You think about everything that happened there, the fight against the roiling nimbus that changed and ebbed into the Kyoka, and the size and scale of fear that brought another flash. And that one burns like a colossus. Then you're floating, all of you in the astral sea, eyes of stars, but this time, as you look around, you see that everyone's eyes aren't black with stars anymore. Give me a perception check, please.
16.
Okay. They're black, but more like oil slicks. And they're wrong. They're in the wrong shape. They're at like a 45-degree angle. They start at points and get really round and then go back to a point. You see the answer to your question where these orbs are and the various places around the galaxy. The one by this protrusion in the Great Web and the massive maw of what you know to be a Kyoka now. Flash, and that image burns into the back of your eyes. The travelling one, flash, into the back of your eyes once more. And one in a pile of coin and treasure in some cave on Absalom Station. And another lying on the ground in some cracked and broken cave. And there's another flash in quick succession. Each time the flashes take longer and longer to come back from. You want to move back to the cave. You feel like you want to know more with the orb and the treasure, but you can't. A feeling of curiosity bleeds into your mind, and it almost as if while you are frozen in place, you try to lean forwards into this memory once more, and a second apparition pulls forward from your being. A small humanoid with frail, delicate, naked body, featureless but with a bulbous head too large for its frame. There is a want to see what happens, but you just can't. Until you find yourself stood back in the temple, with Calyx holding the Guardian Orb. The connection between the two, Roy and this new orb, feeling satiated or content. The image of Calyx flashes, and that slow burn of light becomes a screen of images flashing through times until you see them once more handing over the orb to Kaz before making a cocoon and entering it. The images cycle once more, this time living through parts of your journey with Calyx. Multiple times, back and forth, jumping about this dream until you watch Calyx leave on that Xeno warden ship. The image flickers and fades away, and the blinding lights above you as you lay on your back burn brightly, changing colours from red to blue to yellow and back to white. They flash again, and you now find yourself in the Arcana Miriam, as the veiled figure of Sylph sits across from you, and you hand her the orb. She studies it and relays what she finds to you, as the light behind you begins to brighten and the room begins to brighten, becoming blinding, and you can no longer see. The trill of the cell door so loud now that it's more than overwhelming. It hurts like a migraine coring its way to the very center of your mind. Flashes of floor 184 begins cycling through your mind as you watch Pez picks up the third Guardian Orb. The fight with Nerephira, and then the aftermath of her memories. The light buzzes hard, and we see Kaz fighting in a desert, the orb in the papoose on his side, but also watching him as he handles himself with power and versatility.
Oh yeah. Don't you love it when you're seen? Eh?
Do you feel validated?
I can't resist. You watch Nanite surge from him, from his weapons and his attacks, and you watch him struggling with the situation he finds himself with, all up into a fight on the perch where you see Zek throw a detonator and watch the fight unfolds. Multiple people with Nanite-like abilities, and once more, that flash of light and a slow-burning image of Kaz and Zek clashing blades burns away as the world around you goes dark. Kaz. You lay there, arms behind your head, as the weight of the situation presses down on you like depression, making you lethargic and sleepy. The blue of the force field barrier cycles and buzzes to your side. Your mind wanders to the soft lips of Felena, that tearful kiss, and after your fight atop the perch, how was that just a day or so ago, yet here you are, caged again. Can you give me a d20 roll, please?
7. Yes. Not
Easy.
much better.
Your mind keeps going back to that moment of relief. The feel of her warm face next to yours. Children. It's in the bank, innit? Save that for later.
You will.
Sorry, yeah.
Dave's going to be blocked up.
Jesus.
Then back to the fight, watching as you clash blades with Zek and Zara, then at the security forces and the worm and the sandfly. All of these times you've used your abilities. There is a flash of light and you see yourself standing on the perch. Can you make me a fortitude saving throw, please?
Oh, jeez. Really well this
15.
session.
Okay. You getting rid of those dice.
You can fuck right off. Please continue.
You're staring down into the desert hundreds of feet below you, and there is a scream. And you see Felena near the elevator, hand stretched out towards you. Can I have a perception check, please?
Yes. Much better. Thank you. 34.
Oh. Felena screams, and you see a being stood to one side. A humanoid with frail limbs and a featureless naked body with a thin neck but this huge bulbous head that doesn't look like it should be supported by it. Its tiny mouth, these massive black pointed eyes blink one after the other as they watch you. And it's almost like... Give me a sense motive check.
Nine. Just little buddy.
They are watching you, and not just you, but this entire scene. There is a flash, but your scene stays the same. This being cocks its head and just watches you. Felena screams again. You don't know whether you're trapped in a dream, a nightmare. What is this? What do you do?
I'm standing on the perch,
Yeah, right at the very end.
and I see this weird being right next to me. Just
It's sort of maybe 20 or 30 feet, and it's like towards the left-hand edge.
yeah.
It's like just watching you. like that constant sound of trilling. It's just like constantly.
I feel like if Kaz is feeling any resemblance of control in this moment, I think instincts kick in. Something's not right. This is not how things happened. Why am I not running? Why am I still
You
here?
go to run or move and you can't. You are just stuck in one position, your hands behind your head.
I think knowing that I now can't run, will try to fight. Not being able to do the fight.
Will saving throw, please.
Will.
Oh, he's shooting his load early.
The Cred stick in from Lejop. Anything to a Keto, just fucking rolls like shit.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's it. But better it was. 21.
21. I will tell you that is just made it. The DC is 20. You go to fight, surge, anything move, and you are paralyzed in this moment, and you jerk and twitch, and like your hands like almost like come apart slightly, and this being kind of like its head comes up a little bit and looks at you. Delena screams once more, and those bombs start going off, and you start to fall. As rock. And this being's just still stood there like the thing hasn't exploded, watching you. What do you do as you fall from the perch?
And like this being is just like in whatever space there, just
Like,
not falling.
correct.
I think again the instinct is like knowing that I'm dropping about thousands of feet. Once again tries to get his wings out.
What do you draw on? Tell me.
I think it's a culmination of all the moments of failure of the flight training that he's had in his youth. Everything that he's been on since he's been split from his old crew. All the journeys with the orbs, Dynatech. Managing to find, I think, sort of an inner peace in that moment. And knowing that Felina is now screaming out to me, it kind of gives me that bit of confidence to push a bit more.
I will allow you to choose reflex, fortitude, or will.
Do fortitude.
They all have different DCs.
Very well. $24.
Two seconds, please.
Scary, isn't it?
Fucking hell. Wasn't ready for this. He's been going, how do we get off these cells?
Oh, we're trapped in a... Oh, no.
Who's around?
Somebody freaking out.
I'm in my own cell.
You fall, and you don't know what this dream is, but you are just fighting against it with everything that you are. As you like pull your hands from the back of your heads, you see that creature above you takes a step backwards. It doesn't take their eyes off you as you tumble and you think about Felena and you think about everything that happened up till that point, and you just dig deep, and it's almost like you are trying to like tense up and force the nanites to react. And it's strange because it's such a natural thing for you to do this, and yet you feel like you are paralyzed in this moment. You tell us what it looks like when these wings erupt from your back.
I think like he's tumbling down with all the rocks of the perch coming apart. I think there's a moment where he closes his eyes and just scrunches his face almost to try and, as you say, force these things to emerge from my back. And then he opens his eyes and then sees like a large rock that's falling with him, grabs onto it and jumps, you trying to use any momentum he can off of that, and jumping to another one and pushing off of that. And I think part of the armour that he's wearing just kind of splits apart as the wings sort of just burst their way through and just spread.
What do the wings look like on you? You should have also received a message from me on WhatsApp.
You what?
Shall I read it now, or...?
It's up to you, it's just I'm letting you know something.
Okay. I think because they're no longer natural, it's very metallic. I think there's circuitry laced within the... what would you call it? Like the joints of the wings, I suppose. It looks like plates of metal overlaid one another, but it's so thin that it's almost translucent. And it almost like refracts light. And I think in the moment where he sort of tries to get a burst of speed off of anything that he can, there's like just a flash of light as he tries to skyrocket up.
And I think it's that flash of light as you skyrocket up, and it burns away slowly like somebody's taken a photograph. Then Felena is on there, and she's holding her hand out. And it's both your voice and hers. Wake up, Kaz, this isn't real. And she pulls you and it ejects you from this moment as you just take flight. Everything goes dark around you. For the rest of you, your dreams pairs become nothing, like you're in a void for the rest of the night. For TJ, you cycle through these memories again and again and again, but this time without those flashes of light, without that trilling noise. Same for Junie.
Bloody mysterious.
Stop it.
Do what I say.
You eventually wake up.
Yeah.
You can take a long rest.
Oh,
Can we?
God.
You actually can. Did you get my message?
I did, thank you.
Whether they're present, whether they're something that you activate, whatever, but that's up to you to skin as you wish.
Thank you.
Whether it's morning, evening, you're not sure how much time has passed between you all. You wake up in these cold cells just on the floor in exactly the position you fell asleep in. The trilling of that of the force field in front of each of your cells is still there. It's dark, there is no other lights on apart from these cell force fields. You are all in adjacent cells to each other. You mentioned about bars earlier. They are like plated walls, but there are sections where there are bars and you could liaise through them all. Mm-hmm. It's also not completely soundproof in here as well. You hear the warden's heavy footprints or footsteps on one of the floors above, across the iron gridded floor and the walkways outside of this ring of cells in the circular brig that you find yourselves in. You're maybe 5 or 6 levels down. I hand over to you, the players. What would you like to do?
TJ's going to take an order of business and update the names in his Ring of Whispers.
Okay.
So we have Nimbus Dine,
Yep.
Dynaxis, Orbs, being the Guardian Orbs, because it's people, places, and things. So it's a proper.
That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
So Guardian Orbs, yeah?
Yep. Triaxis and Ida Katoro.
Okay.
So if that, I believe if it's within 60 feet
Yes.
of me, it will let me hear, and then I've got a +5 insight bonus to hearing-based perception checks based around that. So just to let you know that that's what I've loaded in.
I've got it here. It's at the foot of my notes for each session.
Wonderful.
I have it right here with my Who's Getting Cred sticks for things, the Hastoki liaison rehoming program and their officials. My notes that I have to carry forward for every session. Yeah, you update your Ring of Whispers in this cold, and it smells of like rusted iron, and yeah, I hand over to you. I mean, like, what do you all do?
Can I have a look around to see if anyone is visible from like the cell, like opposite, beside, just to kind of get like an idea of breadth of vision?
That sounds like a perception check.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, please.
That's a little better than before. 30.
All of your gear is in your cell with next.
This is just handy.
What was it? Sorry.
30.
30. Okay. You definitely see that, like a couple of levels up, there is this warden moving around, and you're not sure if they're checking cells or what they're doing, but they are certainly on the top ring, which is about 5 floors up from you. They are very overweight half-orc. Their like armor is like digging into their kind of size, I'm afraid, is the only way to say it. As they kind of like they don't fit within their armor. Is I suppose the politest way of saying it. There is 2 other potential people moving around with them up there. Some of them go in and out of one particular door or room. You can't quite see a force field on it, but also like looking through your force field and up at that angle, it's hard to tell. Across from you, there are 2 other cells of note. One of them has a force field up. And inside it you see a malnourished human female with this like dirty brown hair. They're wearing under armour of mismatched colours, mostly smeared in oil or dirt, and this clothing has definitely seen some action. The cell next to them is open and no force field on, but there is a corpse in there. Very, very deteriorated and in a state of decomposition, like they've been there some time, also wearing similar under armour, kind of like a flight suit of mismatched colours. Maybe it's a uniform of some kind or just matches the aesthetic of this ship's crew. Either way, one of their own perished here.
Cool. Wonderful.
Anybody else?
Is anybody, like, talking or conversing with each other? Like, people that were here already?
You only see this one person in the other cell across, and you can just maybe, with your super perception, make out the murmurings of, like, the warden above, but, like, that trilling of, like, the force field is quite distracting. But no, you don't necessarily hear other people, like, jeering, shouting, or anything like that.
You said the warden above is like, I might have guessed that description. Are they up above, like, watching on this the entire time?
Sorry, give me a perception check.
Okay. 38.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you something. With a
Because it's
38.
not a key Dell anymore.
You see that they occasionally, like, look over the side. They have some kind of data pad, and they seem to be on that quite a lot. Whether they are just keeping an eye on you, whether they're doing something else, you're not too sure, but they spend more time watching their data pad than they do you. They do look down occasionally, but then you do see that there are 2 others, and they'd be humans that come in and out of this section. I'm going to double check the horoscopes. NPCs galore over here.
Tell us their names.
They're too far away. Yeah, they occasionally come out and they'll like check down or like, but the next sort of like half hour to an hour, there's like no interaction.
Okay. I want to try and sort of. Is there any cameras within the cell itself?
I think with the 38, you know that there's not.
Okay. Is there like a little corner somewhere that's a little out of view where I can kind of like fiddle with something?
Now,
I want to have a wank in a corner.
just thinking about,
Everybody look away!
thinking
We
about
were
that
to
leaf.
start with, Kaz.
Yeah.
It's been 6 hours, Dad! You can wait!
No.
I'm really cold.
Danger wank before the warden catches him.
God!
No.
So that's why they call him the horse.
He does not do that. You will create with this nanites the noise dampener.
I haven't told you if there's a corner yet or not.
I shall shut up then.
Yes.
So, wants to create the noise dampener, and I think it's. Let's double check. I'm pretty sure it's like a small spherical.
It's like a little puck, isn't it?
It is a little puck.
You're a little pup.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Get pucked.
Oh, I don't know.
Kaz, we've got a new ice hockey movie coming out. That's the t-shirt I want. It's Kaz with the fucking sound puck.
Get pucked.
Get pucked.
His nanite thing.
It's about the size of a key card, and it's a disc. Yeah.
I trust you, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But usually it does like a 30-foot radius of noise dampening. Because it still creates the item itself, I want to adjust it so that the range is not quite so wide.
Is that something you're able to actually do?
Well,
mechanically?
It is a little bit of like on-the-fly adjustment of like an item itself. Well, like engineering check something, but cause my plan is that I want to mute the force field because it seems to be quite a lot.
Yeah.
So if I can, lessen the area, I can just mute that.
just that, it's like, oh, we're good guys.
Rubs his temples.
So that like I'm not within the bubble, and so I can still hear everything around, but just get rid of the noise of that. So it's quite obtrusive, and I feel like that might be masking.
I think give me an engineering check. Because I like the idea, and you're not necessarily tinkering or changing an actual item, you are redesigning this one to do such things. Mm-hmm. What's your plus to this?
16.
Okay. I think the DC is 25.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's fair? It doesn't matter if you think it's fair, that's the DC I'm
that's the
saying.
rules, man.
Yeah.
That's the rules.
Them's
the rules.
I think that's an average check for you.
Okay. 28.
Yeah. You can actually just create like a 10-field bubble and put that at the front. What that would do is it would do 10 foot, so you'd like 5 foot that side of the force field, 5 foot this side of it, and it would create it in that area there, giving you, and they're sort of like 10 by 10 cells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just kind of want to mute that and then spend maybe like an extra 10-15 minutes that now seeing if I can hear anything extra, like maybe what the warden's speaking about if they're close enough. Just the extra bit of perception, I suppose. That's all. I think it's going to do that, just to sit on its own for a little bit.
What did you roll on perception, sorry?
30.
Okay.
3 oh.
Good to know.
Brilliant.
Woo!
Anybody else?
I think there would be part of Pez that kind of see like it deteriorating, wondering if he can get like a panel, kind of going into that sort of inner like goblin. Just wanted to see if he can take like a panel off, seeing if he can find some wires.
Yeah. I think that sounds like an engineering check.
For Wiley.
28.
That's mental.
You can certainly start making a go on that. One of the things you notice is the makeup of these cells. This is a brick. This is designed to hold people and to counteract that kind of thing. But it's still constructed, and engineering be Pez's game. And I think what you notice is the floor outside is all of this like iron grid that you could like see through, and it's like very much just there as a walkway. But the actual, you can see, especially on the other cells, there are like thick plated floors that go between each level. With that must come the need for power. And you start to think, okay, so the walls are pretty bulky, and we've got these like certain areas that are barred, which means that we can sort of talk left and right. Power's got to run through the floor to each one of these cell doors, because it ain't running on the outside of them. You also see that there is like the actual like unlock button for each cell, or the force field down button is on the outside, and it's always on the left of each door. And I think you start to make headway to like where those panels will be, rather than being able to get them up because you don't have the tools to get them up at this point.
I think you kind of see him like try to get a panel up, then he goes to get something out of his pack, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's not there." And then he's like, "Oh, it's not there." And you just kind of just like that little bit of a kind of that moment of you're so reliant on your tools, especially being a mechanic. You're like, right,
I can fix it. Oh, no spammers.
He did it in a cave.
Scraps!
I saw that meme recently with Nintendo talking to Game Freak about Pokemon because of Expedition 33, and it's like they're like asking Game Freak for a walkabout realistic world of Pokemon Red and Blue. It's like, Sample Games did it in a cave! And I was like, that's good, I like that a lot.
You just kind of see that moment where he's just like, I can do, he kind of like hyping himself going, you're not dependent on your tools, you can do it without your tools, trying to kind of get that sort of mentality that he doesn't have to rely on them.
But you definitely get a good inkling of like where these power lines would be, and you start to see like, although the plating is dirty and grimy and you know, rusty, you know which of those plates would be where the ley lines are for the power cores. What's Junie doing?
Just a quick question about mechanics, about the table. With the Solarian, with my like photon and graviton stuff, is that reliant on my thingy? Oh my god.
Not on your solar mode, no. What it is reliant on is attunement. So one of the mechanical things of this game for Solarians is those abilities kick in when you're in a life or death threatening situation.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunately when you're in combat, which is
that's good to know because I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it'll say like when it talks about attunement, it will say at the start of that when you enter a combat situation. There might be things that allow you to do that outside of that, but you would have to look at the rest of it. But otherwise, they put the limit on Solarian because it's so powerful.
Yeah,
but they were like, not outside of combat, you fucking don't.
Because my plan was to do the celestial clock, which would not really help in any other way apart from to tell me the exact date and time. Then it is. That's the only thing I could do.
Let's not do that.
It's Christmas Day.
I haven't missed it.
All day, every day, it is 5 p.m.
It was more to like figure out how long we've been here for.
Yeah, I think you would definitely get that sense, but at the moment,
that's
you
fine.
are sort of like, you don't know how many hours it's been. It feels like just a night, but...
Yeah. In that case, I think... Is there any point in doing like a perception check on the cell? Is it just like...
You can perceive?
Yeah. I can perceive.
If you believe, you can perceive.
Believe, you can perceive.
19. So for a... Give me a second.
We've got Jack going for massive.
No.
You need him.
32.
Yeah.
I did maths all by myself.
I'm also gonna tell you the order in which I think you're in. TJ is in the far left cell because they were thrown in first.
Yeah. I'm not that boy.
Let's roll off for who's next. Whoever's highest on a d20 will be in the next cell.
It's not me.
11.
14.
Pez, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So it's going to go TJ, Pez, Kaz, Junie. Just so you're aware who your neighbours are.
So we're all one after another.
Yes.
Cool.
And the only other person you see is this other person in the cell, sort of opposite, maybe sort of like 40 feet away.
What did I get from a 32 on my perception?
As you look around your cell, I mean, the first thing you notice is that there's no toilet, there's no cot, it is just an empty room. This place...
force field.
Snap back!
Oh no, it's off. Oh.
Just burns off.
Kaz is lying on his floor, foaming from his mouth. Wings just glitching and burn off. Loses that.
Don't cross the streams.
Kaz died of cholera.
The cell is horribly barren, and I think because you're a steward and having been around cells and prisons and the detainment of individuals, this is inhuman. And you can see that there probably once was these amenities, and they've been like stripped bare to make this more of an unyielding place. You guys have nothing but time, and you wait. I mean, do you say anything to each other, or are you just like... I talk to you guys captured. I mean, like, apart from like looking around yourselves and not seeing much.
I want to try and chat to the lady opposite.
What do you say?
Hello.
You call out and 14 on her dice. They perceive you.
Housekeeping.
You're not local.
This other individual, who is sort of like slumped up against the back wall of their cell, they are awake and they are sort of like curious of you guys, but eventually go back to like kind of sleeping and then coming back up again. And you call out and they like look up and they wearily stand up and like use the bars of their cell and they like hobble towards the front. And their leg is clearly like, maybe it was broken at some point and they're like on the back end of recovery as they like hobble to the front of their cell. Hey.
Hello there. What's
General
your
Kenobi.
Hello there.
You are a bold one. Careful, the warden, and she like looks up, can be a bit overzealous when we talk to each other. And she kind of like looks to the right. You can't see into it.
Yeah. So we'll be chill and we'll sort of keep half an eye out to like check where the warden is.
Yeah, and you can see that like they do pop out every now and then, but again, they're almost distracted.
What's your name?
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Who are you guys?
Hello, I'm TJ. These are my friends. Who's next door?
You just see like two little ears kind of come up from the bars, like, just me.
Pez, cool. Who's next to Pez?
It's me.
Hello, Kaz. That's Kaz. So I was doing Junie. You there?
Yes.
Okay. That's who we are. Hello.
Hi.
What happened to you, dear lady? Tell me your story, and I shall tell you mine.
There's not much to tell, really. I have a disagreement with the running of the ship.
Ooh.
Now I find myself here.
So you are of Broken Rock, then?
And there is like a moment where she kind of like, yeah, I'd say I'm of Broken Rock. Formerly this crew, but no more.
Well, you're not the first we've come across who's disagreed with the running of this place.
You're not from here.
No, we're not.
Clearly not. You're not pirates.
Just flash the cape. No, we're not. I'm joking.
Who are you? Why are you here?
We are Starfinders.
I think like her eyes kind of widen. It's a dangerous thing to be around here.
Yeah. But then, apparently, so's being a pirate. Actually, one of our crew members we unfortunately lost recently used to be a member of this crew too. Ida Katoro?
Eight on her dice. There were a lot of people on this ship, in this fleet. Was he on the Voidmaw, was he?
No, I think he's all helmed his own, the Obsidian Blade.
You pulled that out though, didn't you? You're like, oh, there it is.
I remembered it.
As far as I'm aware, that is a racer from the Cyber Corsairs. Ida Katoro wouldn't be on this ship. That is a rival faction.
Is it? Good to fucking know. Thank you,
One that
Eleanor.
was supposedly quelled, I hear. They weren't very big, and they ran afoul of the Shadow Captain. The Shadow Captain does what the Shadow Captain does best.
Yeah. Apparently so. We are having all over our windscreen.
Okay.
Yeah, no one don't even worry about it. No, so
How are Starfinders here?
Oh, we kind of... Listen, Eleanor, I'll be straight up with you. We may have screwed the pooch a little. We wanted to talk to Captain Tal'd, because, they've got something that we need. And, we did send a messenger looking for them, and we have been found, and found to be in here now, so...
I mean, quite foolish to look for the Shadow Captain. They are renowned for kill and conquer rather than grandeur.
It's an unfortunate necessity of our
What is
position.
it that they have that you could possibly want?
I get the feeling in my waters that Kaz would like to say something. Kaz, do you have something to add?
You guys got any tissue?
Kaz, you've been wanking again. We've talked about this.
Hey, shut up.
You're just sweating. No?
Edging.
You've been sounding again, dear boy.
Oh, God.
That's what it was called.
Hell. What was I even going to say now? What was your previous position here as part of this crew?
I was one of the chief gunner officers. I may have gone for a position above me, a little bit more ruthlessly than... It failed. I tried to mutiny and it failed.
That's the second. Tick.
Can I sense motive?
Yeah, of course you can.
22.
Is that fucker gone?
Up your butt.
Yes.
Sorry, I closed the sheet by
I
accident.
thought it was one of them party things.
No, it's just a D4.
No, it's just a D.
Courtesy of Dragonborn Industries.
Some take the edge off in this day.
It's a hard day.
Gene, we found you.
Bastards. DCI pirate poach.
Alright.
That'd be fucking incredible. It's not them, I will give you that. Bastard.
Hollywood, wouldn't he?
I've been mutinying now.
Fake peg leg. Just with his other leg out.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually kind of hard to read. They look pretty beat up. I think you get more that there is definitely a curiosity in you guys. They're very much like, whether that's boredom for however long they've been here or because, they've mutinied, it's very plausible.
I'm just kind of worried that this person is not a prisoner.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
And they've been put here as a
Yeah.
get information.
How many did you get on your side out of interest, Eleanor? Or was this a sort of solo mission?
started that way. About 10 crew, another officer. We thought maybe if we could get straight to Jardaloon, then maybe we could take the ship.
They seem quite a character.
They're very capable. They are ruthless, as they should be. And they are a phenomenal quartermaster.
Phenomenal. Ah.
But their ambition is wanting.
Oh. So you felt that you could maybe push a little harder?
Yeah, I thought I could run it better. I was brutally shown that I couldn't.
What happened to the rest of the people that you convinced?
That's the officer.
Oh.
That's Dahl.
What about the other 10 crew?
They were taken to the pit.
Is that like they fight each other for entertainment?
You got it. You will probably be taken there too. If you are any capable, especially Starfinders, heroes of the galaxy, where you will be... There's not much in the way of entertainment on a battle cruiser. And we do have a... And there is like a glint to her eye. We do have a liking for martial sport.
Sure.
And when Starfinders so freely wander into our midst, who are we to not take them up on that? And so she like looks down to her leg and like hobbles for a second.
That looks nasty.
That's the pit.
Is the only reward for surviving a fight that you get to live?
Sometimes it can be used to prove loyalty. It can be used to settle differences between members of the crew. I would say that the officers usually have some kind of trick up their sleeve, but it's also a place where, should you want to call somebody out, you can do. Usually the rest of the crew is willing to be in attendance. It's always a good game when there's a fight on, especially ones with more powerful beings. Jardaloon made sure that the rest of my fellow mutineers was a lovely 10-on-1, and they still slaughtered them.
Ouch.
Shadow Captain seemed to enjoy it. They even came along to watch. I imagine when Krask is done with whatever game he is playing up there, that he will come for whichever one of you the Doctor deems to be the most capable.
Oops. The Doctor? Doctor Who?
Run.
Don't blink.
How were your dreams last night? I'm going to break there.
Collective.
Yeah, we're going to go to break. We'll see you in about 10 minutes' time. Jack's going to make a cup of tea and we're going to scoff some rock. You got those friends that you just, sometimes you're like, you're all right. And I had one of those moments a moment ago when I realised James was drinking sparkling water. And I was like, I like sparkling water. I like it a lot. And we had this conversation between Steph, James and I that we are sparkling water drinkers. But it's Siobhan, Jack, are you sparkling water drinkers?
I recently, very recently, I think because I accidentally...
How recently?
Within the last year or so, I became a convert to the sparkling water.
Happens, right?
I think I just turned 30 a couple of years ago, and it was like, ooh, sparkling water time, guys.
I genuinely think that happened too. To me, it was just like nothing, like too bitter. Oh, I'm not a fan. And then all of a sudden, I like G&T, and I liked all these kind of bitter drinks. And sparkling water was this one where I think it was San Pellegrino that I had, and it changed my fucking life. So now when I'm out, if I go out, rarely, with my 15%ers. I will.
Wait. We dropped from 17 to 15.
I felt unhappy.
It's on a whim, James.
Yeah, I'm quite whimsical. I'm a whimsical skedaddler.
Just so full of whimsy.
I love that meme so much. Yeah, so I just didn't know if you guys sparkling watered or not.
I think that it clinched it when when we were in Florence, as one is wont to do. And I think we got it accidentally, and I was like, oh, whatever. Because I was just on the cusp of enjoying it, and then I had it in Italy. I was like, this is it. Have the European sparkling water, and you feel really fancy.
Actually, I'm a little widow who's always enjoyed sparkling water. My mum gave me a bottle of sparkling water on a coach trip to France with school by accident when I was 12.
See, Europe!
And she thought I hated it.
14%.
It was the one trip I was allowed to go on because we were dirt poor. We saved for it.
18%, because I too did that trip.
And Club Correct. I was like, oh, it's sparkling. Oh, I don't mind it. So yeah, I've always been a bit of a sparkly.
I don't know why that tickled me.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
I realised I took a bite of food knowing that you were going to end that sentence, and then there was going to be a silence, and God, no, I can't leave silence. So insecure. You guys insecure?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Imposter syndrome.
It's why we're all friends, isn't it?
We're friends.
So?
I'm so desperately insecure, and I realise, especially doing this show and doing everything with Dragonborn Industries, especially meeting you guys and stuff, my nervous laugh after I'll say something after it straight away, because I'm just so insecure about that, and I'm trying to listen back to things, stop saying like last week I said all the fucking time. Oh God, here we go. Got to really there. It's just when you fall into the habit of doing something.
I do it all the time, and a woman when I worked at Clark's pointed it out once, and she was really mean about it. She was like, what's all this like? It's so American. I was just stood there leave me alone. Yeah.
I used to say yeah, no, and that got pointed out to me by a customer. Yeah, no.
No. I do a lot.
Same thing, cripplingly pointed out by a customer.
Yeah, so mean. I was like, you're such a mean lady. You did not need to do that. Leave me alone.
I think
buy your shoes.
Yeah, mine definitely comes from a space of filling the void of silence.
Yeah.
So I tend to. It's more of a. So when I say or when I do.
Filler.
It's a filler, and I need to just there again. I need to remember to just slow it down, take it back.
I find it hard to end a sentence or a thought, so I'll kind of trail off and just be like, so yeah. I hate it.
At least I can end a sentence. I can't end a sentence because my mind's like, oh, and that reminds me of another thing you should talk about. Oh, and then that reminds me of another thing that you can talk about. Hey, this person's had this experience. You had something like that. You can relate by taking, and it's just chronic oversharer.
So we did that the first time we met.
Yeah.
we
But here's trauma.
Yeah. Well, I think I was out the back end of what you saw with me and stuff like that, and I was sort of putting this together, and I found you on TikTok and Instagram, and I was like, it has to be Steph. They are presenting themselves in a way that I'm like, this is gonna work. I had that feeling, and I was fucking right. And I don't know, it vibed well. And we did the passing town thing. And then obviously I contacted you and was like, I'm doing this. And we came up here, and it was I was still much more insecure that I was instantly in with this. I am going to tell you everything about me now so that I can get it all out in the open, so that when I fuck up, it's not out of a place of malice, that you can tell me to shut up. And yeah, we just fucking info dumped on each other hard, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was an hour conversation of just childhood traumas and fucking suicide notes.
Pretty much. Went home to Tristan and I was like, I think I've made a new friend.
Yeah.
I felt quite safe.
I think that's the other thing, is I may be chronically insecure about so many things, but I definitely feel safe at the table and with you guys. And I say 15 to 18% of the time, and most of the time that's true. But it's interesting because I think playing these games is one thing, and it's therapy alone. But to have it as a production, and also to then we have to keep things moving, we have to continuously like think about the story, but we also have to enjoy ourselves to make this worthwhile. It's a very interesting dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But like, it's like, yeah. It just, to get sappy for a second, it does feel really special at this table. And I mean, like, so for those of you who don't know, I didn't win a Cred award, but I had to film a acceptance speech ahead of time just in case I won.
We've got it here now.
No, I did send it to Ian though, because I had to take it multiple times because I kept talking about this channel and I kept crying because I was just like, you know,
Jack hates women.
That was the main thing that set it off.
You had to put it in, didn't you?
No. It's the Velociraptor.
You thought you did it, mate.
But no, it was like, you know, this channel has done a lot for, like, you know, the sense of community and expanding horizons, and, you know, I feel that I've gained a lot from meeting these awesome people and becoming friends and stuff, and getting to play awesome stories at the same time. So, and that's down to you, Ian, and getting us all in here and making this happen.
I think it's down to us all throwing ourselves into the situation. And I think the other thing is that we all want this.
Yeah.
And although it's, you throw a load of like Amdram kids in a room, or people who even like
It's fine.
Yes.
You know, who are just like either getting the streaming, especially what you guys are doing with Gauss. Like, if you've never tried streaming before, if you want to do things for the first time, and it was very much that to begin with. And obviously, it's evolved from there, and we can chat about it. Yeah, and drift deeper from what. But it's been interesting going on this journey. And although it's, just roll over. This is my podcast for me to talk all over you lot.
Would you roll?
And that's something I've had to like come to terms with. It's like I constantly cut people off flicking the words, but I do the same thing as you, and I'll go, oh yeah, then this, and I will get halfway through a sentence, and then in my mind it goes, oh, but you haven't told them about this bit. So I'm like, so you take 24 damage, but also then there's a ship flying over, and I'll just like interject like another sentence in halfway, and you guys have to translate what the fuck I'm going on about. How do you think it's going in your prison cells?
Just swell.
Pez is having a great time just taking floorboards up.
Yeah, it's gonna go. So,
Live wires now.
like, you guys, again, so I'm really catching it this week. You guys get captured. You go on with the pretense of being, we just want to talk because that's the only option we've got.
Fools we were.
Yeah.
But I mean, was it not the better option? Do you think that maybe you could have got away? I mean,
Well,
did
the
you
thing
upgrade
is-
the ship and put a get out of jail free card fucking booster button on it? No.
We didn't really want to get away with it because we would at some
where we
point
need to
have
be.
to confront. Yeah, we need the order.
Yeah.
So it's a necessity,
It is,
which is kind of like we were like, yeah, we'll leave our weapons behind and stuff. We're sort of trying to play their game in order to hopefully get some personal gain, which at this point is survive.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
The ship.
This is definitely more like story
ship's
exciting,
closed.
though, I think. From a personal aspect of it, I really enjoy kind of a problem and like a narrative kind of RP, like problem solving
Yeah,
situation. So I think,
absolutely.
I think for me it's more exciting personally.
Totally with you on that. You guys know how much I enjoy a negative stat and a flaw. So how I'm just like, I'm like Jack when he gets the last Werthers.
You haven't hit 18 on any of your stats. Oh, no, you hit 18 on your charisma. You've
Yeah.
hit 18 on your charisma now, yeah.
But that's it. Everything else is average.
So you hand yourselves over to the Voidmaw, this, what is essentially the quartermaster's ship of this fleet. And instantly upon arrival, gear taken, but also the orbs, which you kind of hear for one of them, they clearly recognise that there's one of them. There must be one of them within the fleet that they recognise. You imagine that's probably around the Shadow Captain. And they, take those and then throw you in prison in the brig, where sleep comes for you. And this night of abnormal dreams, for most of you, plays out. I mean, do you have any idea or any thoughts on what's happening there?
Information gathering with a weird creature on the ship. Don't know why I had that to be in song, but there we go. they're sussing us out, aren't they?
Are the orbs? Because I wasn't involved in any of this.
And you wouldn't know.
So the orbs, get me a little bit straighter on the orbs. Can they connect to each other? Like, is that a thing?
Eventually.
Yeah.
So are they all gonna come together? And,
Yeah, for good or bad. At this point, we're not entirely certain because Roy Orbison has.
I'm still not used to that. There was a really serious moment earlier when he said it. I was just like,
Yeah. Honestly, write this entire serious monologue and give this entity who is the sentient relic who has lost their memories and has found. And, they instantly call it Roy Orbison.
I just imagine.
Give you a name! Roy!
The thing is, when he said, I saw the man, Roy Orbison,
to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roy Orbison is some kind of that orb has sentience, whereas the others don't.
Right. Okay.
And Roy is currently tugging on TJ to pull him in a direction.
Yes.
Oh, and
Steady.
So steady now.
also has black ooze, which we
Yes.
don't know
Right.
potentially where that's come from other than Vorag's dead body.
We've got hypotheses.
Yeah.
But it must be something to do with the cells, that somehow getting information from our brains, because I have got nothing to do with orbs. So,
My brain goes kind of like void creature, from the Dark Tapestry. That's
Well, I guess because it's that black figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calyx would know.
I mean,
Calyx.
Where are you?
Went away all the time.
so I guess we jump back in as you guys are having this conversation with this mutineer pirate, this Aelinor, who...
Right, E.T.
Phone home.
Must bounce on it. Crazy style.
See a weird alien? Fuck it, that's the rules. E.T., right? Obviously, with Star Trek and with Star Wars, everything's the Twi'leks, who are these amazingly beautiful species, and I don't mean to typecast species, but
they're all
supposed to be.
hot. I'm
They
sorry.
are. And then even the Zabrakis with their spikes and stuff, they've got this very masculine kind of sexual appeal to them. That E.T.
E.T. can get in the bin. E.T. is a terrifying little chode.
What aliens wouldn't you ban?
I wouldn't even do you know what? I'm gonna say it right here, right now. E.T. can get fucked. That alien can just go away.
I love
no
that
to
film.
E.T.
I couldn't do a hut.
Oh God, no!
That's,
Ew.
I think it's,
no.
exactly. It's just icky.
Ick. No, thank you. All of them that we've seen on screen. I'm not icky. I'm not going to make a blanket statement about the huts.
I'm not ruling it out.
He's a 10 for a hut.
It's a hot 10.
Hot damn!
Fuck it up.
You got any aliens you wouldn't bang, Jack?
Fuck it up.
Not all of them. Just get me out into space.
Jesus.
It's been a dry few years.
Oh, definitely not Ewoks, because that's just fucking weird.
Yeah, that's
That is-
Burry's very probably
There
into
are
that
people
bit.
who would
Yeah,
be
but
into that, yeah.
True.
They're so small.
They're so
right?
little, it's weird and that's teddy, but no.
Greg Davis would fuck one. There's a niche joke right there. Come on, Jack, tell us which aliens you would and which aliens you wouldn't. You got E.T. Probia.
Oh, a xenomorph, sorry.
If anyone's ever seen Farscape,
You talked about this one before, yeah.
there's quite a lot of things in there that you just wouldn't want to fucking
There's also a lot of things in there.
Give me a bit more drink.
God.
Let them give me 2 in the morning.
Has anyone seen Farscape here?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah.
You remember there was a bit where I think they had a disease on board, right?
Hot.
Off to a great start. But they
myself.
no, there was a parasite. There was something on the parasite. But yeah, not quite great. But they brought in this little creature that was the only thing they could find that would be able to hunt this parasite. And he was running around. And he went. It made that sound. And they could never find it. But it's just this proper ugly fucking just little bastard.
Suggestion.
Oh god, that description. Please, that's your next. Anytime you need to describe like a little robot or
Ugly
something.
little bastard.
Talk about ugly little bastard.
Little bastard.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find a picture. I'll show you
Yeah.
as soon as I can. But yeah, if you know that episode at all, it's that one.
There you go. Jack's 101.
I'll find it.
101 aliens he wouldn't know.
Extra content, here we go.
Wait for next week.
Have you seen people doing the oh, is it like the monster
Smash and pass.
Yeah, smash or pass. Yeah, we should probably play that at some point.
Let me hear me out, Kate.
Yeah. Then you get cake
Yeah.
and horny.
Yeah,
So
that's
great.
Smooth, sir.
My favourite one is the guy that's like number 8, and he's like, everyone knows why.
Like the number.
The number
Just 'cause
8.
it's curvy.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, but then you guys explained the whole Vaporeon thing to me, and I didn't get that.
Oh, don't worry.
No.
Would you like to hear a Pokemon fact?
No, God, no. Don't ruin it
It's
for
like
her.
they
She
drink
doesn't
like
know.
low ponies and things, and I'm just like, nah.
Vape, what's up? Vape. I'm
Don't
not
surround
over
Did you know that
this.
technically Vaporeon is the most readable Pokemon?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
6-year-old me just died
Anyway, can we
inside.
go back to this horrible sound? It's
Try saying not to hear it.
And this. I go to put it back in. Jack's got the picture.
Would or wouldn't bang Jack?
Is this a wood or wooden?
Well, what?
Is this a wood or wooden?
Oh, wouldn't. Fucking hell no. So these are known as the Vork.
Fork and a fork.
You know when I mentioned me naked earlier?
It's like E.T. mixed with Dobby.
Yeah.
Dobette.
If you saw E.T. in your
Fucking
garden,
ugly little bastard.
Yeah.
Harry, go home.
yeah, if you saw E.T. in your garden, you'd kick it.
You would. You would. You'd set the garden on fire.
I'd push the
No.
bike down the hill.
Just throw a rocket in.
E.T. fuck off!
Kick its head off.
We didn't get near it. Harpoon gun. Not get anywhere near
Only
that thing.
defender.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that lovely
There's so
little
much
guy.
wrong with that
Oh,
fucking
Just
hell.
kick that little shit.
Beating up E.T.
Oh, see that?
All I'm actually getting is you going out. She's got like.
He's so good as well.
No
He's so
preamble,
good.
just open the door, running up. Boom! Back again.
I mean, it would be. I would be like, oh, cool, there it is. Intrusive thought, kick it. How far can you kick it?
No, E.T.'s like, I come in peace. He's like, I don't fuck.
Come in fucking pieces, mate.
Oh, this one's dead. Oh,
Anyway,
you're in your cells.
Yeah. Let's play.
Oh, goodness.
E.T. murder.
In one of them is a dead, scrawny, ballsack-looking alien. But it's actually the corpse of a dead human. Next to them, you're having this conversation with this mutineer, this Eleanor, sorry. And they mention to you as you start asking about, you know, what happened with the mutiny, what's around. They talk about the pit and where they've been taken to fight against other members of the crew or individuals, or where contests of strength happen. And it's like the only form of entertainment. And they mention that you are probably going to be taken there at some point when they say, whichever the doctor has determined who of you is probably the most able. And you say,
Fuck no.
oh dear.
you ask about the doctor, and they simply say, how were your dreams last night?
Yeah, okay.
What is it, precious?
Is what we saw the Doctor or a product of?
You can give me a...
I can't give you that, mate. Sorry.
You bloody well try.
Oh, wet.
Or he soiled himself.
Not again, Jack.
So that Huel. I believe it's a mysticism check.
Mr.
Mysticism.
That's my worst one.
Can we just cut that sound?
20.
A 20.
Oh, smutty.
Yes.
You think back to this vivid dream of yours in which, and like, are your wings out, or have you put them on?
No, I think they're concealed for the moment.
You think back to this dream, and you think to this moment where they were out of sight. They were like in your peripheral vision, and you never noticed them until you took that moment to look around. And this frail figure, it's quite short, but it's like got elongated arms and legs, and this really thin neck that you could easily like wrap one hand around, but this massive head that comes from a point to this bulbous top and these like slick eyes. You probably get a name called Grey, and they're like a species of outsiders from another galaxy who are known to like abduct people and experiment on them, and people have most of the time been brought back and don't seem to be in any harm or anything, but there's definitely like myth and legend around them. Very much like aesthetically, you know, like little green men.
And Martian.
Yeah, they very much look like that. And not much is known about them whatsoever. And I think you get as well with the 20 that they're known to be able to like enter people's minds, or like they can cause like sleep paralysis and then probe into people's minds deeper and deeper and deeper. And you think back to like your hands behind your head, and even in the dream your hands were behind your head when you became sort of like aware of it. You think maybe the probe at that point hadn't worked because it wasn't a memory that you were in. The memory was of the perch, but it wasn't something that happened. So something else within you must have triggered or been, you know, or maybe you just were resistant to their particular abilities, but it was like watching you in your mind as you kind of went through this. So when like that perch collapsed, it was just stood there. You know, it was only your thoughts and stuff that were collapsing. It was just an observer. You stand there at the entrances to your cells.
So we all saw the same thing then.
Strange little neck boy with big balloon head, weird eyes.
Just watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're known as the Grey.
Ooh.
Never encountered one before. But, I've heard of them, but hopefully you won't have to experience much more of it. I don't know, but
It's impressive they've got a PhD.
they're quite intelligent.
Well, yeah, if they've got a doctorate, Cass.
Well, I mean, you know, anyone can be a doctor if they want to.
Well, they can't.
The title is more, and Aelinor speaks out, is more of a given title by the crew. Their name is not something that we know. This was their chosen name. They sort of act as a medical officer for the ship, but they are experimental. They certainly have their own agendas, but it aligns with whatever this fleet is doing at the time, and they have access to people they can... Seemingly they're very interested in knowledge. They seem to want to dive into people's psyches and...
What doctor isn't?
Usually that way, yes. But they were certainly here longer than I've been here. But they like to...
Did I miss the name? Was a name given? Just the doctor.
That's what we call them.
It's very pretentious.
Anytime a name's been given, I believe we can't even comprehend it. They are from another galaxy altogether.
Cool.
But they seem to be part of the ship and part of the crew. They've certainly been here, again, like I say, longer than I have. And Jardaloon seems to trust them. The Shadow Captain seems to...
And just to confirm, this doctor has visited you in your dream as well? Or?
When I first came aboard,
But no longer.
I haven't seen them for...
Sort of like a screening process.
I imagine so.
Let's go lay the land.
I think it helps when you take on new crew, whether they are actually going to be loyal or if they are...
Damn straight.
And although allegiances can change over time...
Of course.
I don't think they needed the Doctor to know my allegiance had changed.
Can I do a little sense motive on how she's kind of been throughout this entire conversation, just to get like a bit of a read on her, just to double check?
Yep.
Yes. You got a little talk around your neck there.
I do, but do I want to use it on that?
I don't know. It's a choice.
I've got a token for you.
Hero point in from TJ. What did you roll to begin with?
1.
Yeah.
And it's gone up to a 3, so
no.
17... 18, 19, 22, 24 from a 3.
Yeah, I mean... There's definitely like a level of... What's the best way to describe this? Like, they know more than you, so there's like a smugness to it, even in the position that they're in. But that seems to be situated around, like, the Doctor.
Sure.
Maybe it's because they haven't spoken to someone in so long that they seem very interested. I mean, what have they got to lose,
Yeah.
I guess is what you think. What would you roll?
24.
They're definitely curious about you all. You said you came here looking for the Shadow Captain, though, and I realise you deflected that quite well. Which, fair enough. But, I mean, what, are you going to just try and fight your way out of the pit? I mean, there's hundreds of people on this ship. Are you going to try and... What's the game here? Tell me. I'm excited to find out.
The game is afoot.
Are you taking the piss?
I'm so sorry.
But she doesn't.
I'm so sorry. Eamon, out of interest, I'm just wondering, did word ever get back to you about the attempted mutiny on Krishoria?
A nat 20 on that dice. Did? How interesting that you would know about that.
Isn't it just?
You the Starfinders that were there.
And I will then flash her the cape and like, maybe...
Deckard Pryor.
What a cunt.
I kind of get it though.
Yeah.
You know, you got to seize it where you can, and he was left out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, but it wasn't a Pryor who...
No, I might have got the name wrong there. That would have been Nadine. It was Nadine, though. I was thinking of something else. Sorry. Nadine.
More like name dead.
So you're the Starfinders. We'd heard that Nadine wanted to maybe seize control of that branch of operations. Understand the Sythe fleet is quite large. There are several different arms to this navy. This is but one of them. And yeah, I think Nadine got a little greedy, saw maybe a corporate paycheck behind her and forgot that the Shadow Captain is not one to let things lie, but apparently the Starfinders dealt with them anyway. Apparently some brute caved her head in.
Oops. Yeah, the most fearsome, terrifying. I mean, we had to cut ties because just too volatile. Yeah, it was interesting though, seeing how quickly so many turned. There were loyalists, of course.
That was my hope when I tried was that maybe people would... And thieves are opportunists, and pirates are thieves, to say the least. I'm quite proud of it.
You go, Coco.
I was hoping that when I led mine, that maybe other people would see an opportunity and would maybe jump ship for more credits, more of the reward, but... And she just looks around. Here I stand.
But you do still stand. Just about. But you
Just about.
You do still stand. A sign of strength. And strength is something that people look for in a leader. A chink in the armour might not go down so well.
I'm going to give you a sense of motive. Are you trying to hide that?
What, that I'm suggesting she...
Take over and mutiny again?
No, I'm not. I would diplomacy it if you want me to.
What are you trying to get out of this?
I'm trying to inspire in her the idea that mutiny might not be an impossible feat, and that the right words in the right ears might be the way forward.
It's a lot of noise.
It's quite vague still, isn't it?
It's a lot of the nights. What I'm saying is...
Do it again.
I mean, yeah, I don't really know where to take that, to be honest. Look,
to the bridge.
you're obviously not wanting to stay in those cells.
Well, no.
Of course not.
Whether or not you can get me out, I certainly think I could probably rile a few more people, maybe. You are talking about taking on a whole ship, though.
You don't necessarily have to take the whole ship. Just get enough on side to prove a weakness.
Remember, it's not just this ship, though. This is where my problem lay. I thought I could just take control of this vessel, and that would be fine. And yeah, Jar de Lune sorted, but also the Shadow Captain made sure that it didn't happen. They trust their captains, their fleet captains. But I'm not against causing a little chaos. I've got nothing else to lose.
Great. I take the club out of my cheeks and I put it through the bars to Pez. Can you do anything with that?
You just see him literally try to reach up. He's like, lower.
Hang on, I'm going to have to...
Oh my eye!
Good.
It falls through the gap in the floor.
Yeah.
Goes down 4 floors and hits a small child who is sleeping.
Oh, I think we hit ET.
Yes!
His eye fucking came in.
4.
E.T.
ET, go to emergency wing.
More.
They kind of nod as they see you pull out this club.
You see Pez kind of put it in between his arms, like clean the spittle off.
I have very dry cheeks!
What do you need? You said again that you were here for something. If there's a goal, maybe I can point you in the right direction.
Well, we think we know where the goal is. Jar de Lune has taken possessions of ours, particularly orb in nature. Spherical in nature.
You just see Pez kind of like almost push his face against the glass. They took my dog. And you just kind of see like a tear as he's holding this golf club.
Oh god, he's gone
Pushing it through the force field.
I think it just, yeah, like
Got wick.
a pencil.
Orb in nature.
Yes.
So there's more than one then.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
You know
What are
them
they?
as well, do you?
The Shadow Captain has one floating around them at all times. About yay big, glows in with light.
That's it, yeah.
That's an orb.
We know.
That's Orbawang.
What is it?
Oh boy.
People are scared of it. People say it gives him great power. What is it? If Starfinders have come for that, and you're willing to take an item direct from the Shadow Captain, it's got to be worth a lot, right?
It's not really what it's worth, and more about what it has the potential to stop.
Quite literally that, to be honest.
But I mean, I'm going nowhere.
Planet-ending shenanigans.
Is it a weapon?
No.
It's more of a deterrent.
It's not a weapon.
Yes.
It's sort of like a fly screen. But on its own, you've got one component of it which can zap away a few nets. The more you have, the bigger the screen, the more power the screen has. And some of the gnats are very big and very scary and very chompy. And so these orbs are a method in which to stave them back. Now, we're not 100% sure of some of the nature of these orbs, one in particular. But if that orb that is now in the possession of Jar Daloon makes it the offer that it made me, you might be fucked.
Let's hold fire there and talk about that. Offer. So you talk as if it is thinking?
Sentient.
Sentient, okay. It made an offer.
The others are not sentient. Only this one is.
Is the Shadow Captains?
No. Probably not.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think so, but
I hope not.
Again, I wouldn't think. From what we know,
yeah.
I'd say no.
What's the offer?
Power
Dangerous
at a
power.
price.
Now that's something pirates quite like.
Indeed.
Jar Daloon has it.
Jar
I imagine
Daloon.
that they're probably going to take it.
It could be very dangerous for me.
Could be very dangerous for Jar Daloon.
I'm less worried about them than I am myself.
That's
Of
fair.
course, yes.
They can
They've got a silly name.
fuck right off, I believe they say. Your best bet is to wait until the pit. One of you will be taken, but chosen, most likely.
It's gotta be Kaz.
If you know you have a more able fighter, maybe give them the club.
Pez, pass the club over to Kaz.
You just can't-
It does extend down.
You just kind of see him like bite through like.
Pez.
I don't need the club.
You can have the
I,
club.
don't, I literally do not.
You just see Pez kind of pushing it up and then back down, and it's like.
You know what I'm capable of.
Doesn't hurt to have a little extra oomph.
I feel like Pez might be able to do
Pez will
something
keep
with
the
the golf
club.
club.
I imagine. You break it.
No.
I imagine if the goblin isn't your most handy, then they will send whoever into the pit to face off against various creatures or other more raucous members of the crew. They like to place bets on it.
How long are we going to have to wait?
It probably won't take long.
Oh, good.
Do they stage fights every day? Or?
No, but the excitement of having fresh meat, fresh blood for the ring is quite titillating to the crew. There will already be talk.
With the golf club, I would like to see if I can engineer to get some form of, I guess, radio wave or some sort of,
It's telescopic.
yeah, just to see if I can pick up on anything,
So your radio waves.
essentially, or some sort of, like, not infrared, yeah, some sort of like radio wave. Do we still have our data pads at this point?
No.
This is just a
thinking,
retractable club.
Yeah.
It's
It's literally analog, archaic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's no like power to it or anything like that. It's quite literally just.
That's what I was seeing if I can use not necessarily the floor power, just pulling like 12 volts into a golf club and. I saw Desna!
It's electrifying!
Your goblin's dead, by the way.
And you smell toast!
Bath time!
They will.
Roasted goblins infamously smell like toast.
Yeah.
They will already be excited that there
Something new
is
every day.
fresh meat aboard, and one of you will at least be picked for combat. The rest of you will either be put to work somewhere in the ship as forced labour, or if you are too weak to work, you will probably be ejected out of an airlock.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
It is quite useful to be useful on this
Do
ship.
some admin work.
I can stoke you with the best of them.
Well, exactly. There you go.
But they're gonna know all this about
It's
us.
like when
won't
you
they?
start a new job and everything's fucked and you come in to save them.
Don't give me ideas, Gaz!
Doing decimal.
You look at it and go, this is a mess. Right.
Who's your HR?
And everyone else is like, God damn, you're amazing.
I think at that point, you hear the clattering of something on metal, and a sound of a club or something being banged onto a one of the metal barriers on the walkway. You hear, hey! And you're supposed to be talking to each other down there. And you see Krask, this overweight half-orc, looking down, spittle falling from their mouth.
Apologies, fine sir. We're new. Apologies. Won't happen again. God, you look hot. Just muscle, isn't he? Just pure muscle.
Looks across. You should know better. He points to Eleanor. She kind of backs off a little bit in her. Look. Whatever you decide to do, cool. I don't care. If you can spring me, I won't be ungrateful. I know my way around this ship very well. I know where all the hangar bays are. I know where the cargo bays are. I know where your gear probably is. I know where the escape pods and the lifeboats are, and I'm quite useful to have around. I have no doubts about me, though. As soon as I get the chance to jump ship, I'm gone.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
Good. But if you do end up with any... And she looks to Pez with that golf club. Inklings of maybe getting out.
We leave no man behind. Or woman.
We'll consider it.
Thank you very much. Otherwise, I suppose you either spring yourselves free and try and get about the ship, or
It's got to be the pit, hasn't it?
you can at least see what's in store for you. I imagine
Just stop doing pull-ups.
God, as long as they don't take they don't take cats,
still
they take
naked.
one of us.
Cass has just taken all of his clothes off.
Nobody can see me now.
He's just necking dry protein powder.
This little droid camera part comes past.
Like Wally.
I mean this in the nicest way. I hope they take Gaz.
I imagine they'll take you all. They do like to make people watch.
Oh, good.
They kind of retract back into their cell for a bit and sit back down. You can see they're uncomfortable and they try and position themselves in a way that maybe it gives their leg a bit of a rest. But they kind of keep their eye on you. They're sort of always kind of just trying to see what you're doing. In this moment, obviously while this conversation's happening, what's Junie up to?
Sitting on the floor, trying not to say much. Because I think at the point where she was like, oh yeah, so you're all those famous Starfinders, she definitely had the thought of, shit. Don't know if this ex-pirate would be happy with a steward here. So is just listening learning, not saying anything, just so she doesn't get everyone in trouble or herself.
Pez, you doing anything in this moment?
Yeah, I know there'll probably be some sort of check, just kind of, I know I've got like potentially like 2 panels off, looking for anything that I can either acquire out of it or, like I said, make something. So even if it's a case of, if there's like a little screen so I can catch like a broadcast, or just kind of hearing the chatter that's probably going through the system.
Yeah, I think there's definitely not like a little screen or anything. You definitely start to get like the first of the panels up, and maybe like you're using part of the club, and you find like a small screw or something, you're like, ah, it's fucking loose. Like this goblin like
chewing on it.
elbow baggage like comes in on it, and it's you maybe like your long goblinoid finger and gets in there, and you like manage to like wedge it up and get the club, and you're starting to like lift it up. And it's as you probably lift part of the panel that you start to like hear the clattering of, again, the clubs on the railings and the sounds of multiple footprints. What do you do?
I think I would kind of put the put it down, but kind of see if I can like fold up the club to kind of like hide it under there.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Fuck yeah. 20.
Okay.
Can I do something in this moment?
Yep.
How close is my cell to Pez's?
It's going 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2.
Yeah, because I know I'm right next to it.
So it's like 10-foot cells, and there's like a 3-foot
Gap.
wall between each one. So there are like bars that do connect that are maybe a foot by a foot. You can probably get a head up to like look left and right.
I want to like move that noise dampener and retract what I've done, so that it covers his cell while he fixes up whatever he's doing.
I'm going to actually use my hero point.
Yeah.
29.
You fold the club, and you hear these multiple footsteps coming, and like they're clattering as they're coming towards you, and you hear them coming down the stairwells of each of these individual rings, and you see that like Aelinor is like sat up and is looking across. You put the club in there, and you put the panel back down. You think it looks like it should do, as 20 or so of these pirates in one tower turn up outside of your guys' cell. There would be, let's go with
Barry, Larry, Gary, Sally.
No, just given a description. So the first one would be the Warden. You see this extremely overweight, like kind of broiling out of their EVA armor, in these dirty overalls under this EVA plating. You imagine this plating is probably stolen from the body of an unexpected Vesk or Dragonkin, but it's been left to grime and become grubby in the pit of this brig. Got right here for you. And the next one along is let's go with them. You see a hobgoblin.
Ooh.
Male. Oh, these ones for your grub hand. Yes, the doctor says this one, and he like puts a hand on the force field of Kaz's cell, and it like vibrates against his hand, and he's like this blue-skinned, very, very tall, 7 or so foot hobgoblin with this like really pointed nose, loads of like animalistic scars across his face. He's like, this one apparently is the most capable according to the doctor, and alright, I'll get them ready for you. And just hits the cell, and they just pile into this cell and just basically pin you down and apply shackles to you, hands behind your back. They eventually like stand you up, and start like bringing you out of the cell. And you can't walk, like the shackles that you're in are a solid bar between your ankles, so you are just being dragged at this point. So your like toes are just going across the floor. You want the others for watching? Yeah, bring them along. And they start to undo the cells to the rest of you and pull you out, shackle you up, and take you along. All at the same time, Grubhand, this goblinoid, is kind of measuring you up. And you see them, they're like doing like
that inner thigh seam.
kind of. It's not the inner thigh seam, but they are like, they put their like hand onto like your arm, and they're like measuring hand spans across your back, across your arm. They measure it like around your head, and like checking your dermal plating. This one should be quite hardy. And
It has been said.
Kaz, not the time for Riz.
Why?
I'm assuming a 24 hits you.
Of course it does, yeah.
2, 6, that's 10 plus 13. 23 points of bludgeoning damage. You get punched in the back of the head. Minus 4. Your dermal plating.
What a win!
Shut your mouth, Starfinder. You are all dragged from your cells and taken up the next 5 levels of the brig until you come to the door that you saw Krask and the other 2, whichever beings they were. And you see these 2 humans stood by the doors, and they're not stood to attention, but they're definitely on guard. And they drag you out into a long corridor. You then... I mean, everyone give me a perception check.
It's more like it.
Natural 1 for 20.
Lovely!
32.
17.
31.
Oh!
Nice. Yeah, we're perceiving.
We perceive.
Oh, hello, Julie.
You're taken out into this large corridor, but you realise it's not a corridor because in the centre of it, and we're talking like it goes 40 or 50 foot, then there is a massive drop in the ground that then goes for about another 30 foot until it comes up the other side, and then another equal amount of side on the other one. And there is a monorail.
Monorail.
Monorail!
Sorry.
I know what's going to be living in my head rent free.
That was an old Simpsons reference there, wasn't
Yeah.
Monorail.
There is a monorail in this ship, and you are dragged onto these very grimy looking carriages where you can see they've been graffitied and they kind of look a bit janky, to be honest. But you imagine that this being such a large ship, there has to be an internal transport system from one side to the other. And these 20 boots on the ground pull you onto them and just like throw you into like these plastic seats that are really uncomfortable. Again, your arms behind you, so like that's then even more uncomfortable as somebody near the front of it. Is that everyone? Yes. To the pit. And you just hear this of it powering up as it begins to start sliding away on the rail as you guys start making your way through the center of this ship to somewhere else. Who rolled the highest?
That was me.
I'm gonna quickly go to a map because you get the sight of one of the screens that has a blueprint of the ship.
Ooh. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, hello.
Take a picture.
I'm going to send you a picture of this.
Oh.
Okay, I won't. Maintenance.
Maintenance.
I will send it in the Discord. For podcast listeners,
There's a map.
I'll put the map up on social media. This is by the lovely Dave, Siobhan's partner, who did this for me.
This is when he was being all secretive about
I drew this by hand and was like, oh, God, okay, I'm going to guess I'll hand this to them. And I was like, I think it was like Friday when he came over, whichever day it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, how quickly can we fucking knock up this? And he was like, 2 minutes, mate.
He's a good boy, isn't he?
So I'm going to put that in the Starfinder players chat for you guys.
Thank you.
Because I think that you can... Apparently that's too big of a file. It's annoying. There it is. Let's use that one. You get a few glimpses of this particular blueprint. There it is. Of the Voidmaw. It is a colossal ship, and there is actually a large main corridor where it says monorail here. You're being taken from the brig. That's the clip right there. And you are being taken to this area here called the pit. As you go from station to station, it doesn't stop before, and you see there are like passengers waiting on platforms. Some of them look more official, other ones look quite grubby, like maybe engineers and things, but definitely different levels of command at different areas, until you get to a very, very busy section of ship, and the monorail comes to a like jostling hole. And I think maybe for TJ, it's quite a callback.
Back to work.
Yeah, right? And when you get to the side, it is kind of like that. There are queues of people like jostling with each other and jeering, and you see people, and some of them are in like really grimy spiked armor, other ones are in various states of dress, and they are just like, "Oi, I've even got fresh blood," and you just see like a neon sign that is just like glitching out, but it says the pit, and there are like food vendors around. It's kind of like being back on Absalom Station, but you can tell that this is obviously like an area of recreation, and as you are pulled from the carriage once it is stopped and the doors open, it's almost like for a beat the room goes silent, and this is a large station, and then you just hear and people just start like jeering. Some of them are like throwing like bottles or cans, other ones are throwing food. People are like, there is like an instant buzz and excitement, and it is violent. And you guys are dragged through, and you aren't taken into one of the like the stands or one of the stairwells that go up. You were taken to another set of doors that and open at one side, where you see another individual.
Can I just say, while we're doing this, I want to activate reactive repair. So after being punched in the head. Just so I can slowly start healing over this time.
Yeah, you can do that. You would see a android who they probably once had a full head of hair, but they've clearly shaven it all off and it's not grown back or been replaced. It was probably like a dark green, and they have this pale blue skin with this singular ley line that comes up from their chin and then goes around their right eye. The left eye is missing completely, and they are in a smattering of armor, not much, like little bits here and there, but it's pretty low amounts of dress. And Grubhand, this goblin who's got kind of the back of you. B3, we need one for fitting. I have the measurements ready, but looks like we have a good fight on our hands. And Kaz is taken off to one side, and this android follows. Okay. The rest of you are taken through this corridor where you are taken up a set of stairs where you come to a balcony that overlooks a rusted arena of hundreds of jeering, screaming, chanting pirates. You see the balcony you're on, there are more of these in different places where there are clearly like officers or people of higher standing or who look more brutal are just like watching down and are kind of like looking over, but the crowd is going fucking apeshit. The center of the ring is like a big rectangle where you can see the debris of maybe a construct or a machine, along with a broken pillar where there are other pillars. There are clearly like panels in the floor. You see blood smears from where one of the pillars has fallen and maybe a body has been taken away. And we just hear through amplification, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new contender for the pit!" And we'll see you next week.
No! More! Give us more!
No. Thank you so very, very much, my players, and to everybody watching. I'm very much looking forward to this next bit. If you are here live on Twitch, we will be staying around for the Drift Debrief. If you're on YouTube, you've got to be a member to check out that Drift Debrief. Otherwise, thank you so very much to my friends, my players,
Thank you.
and to all of you who are watching and or listening. We'll be back next week. Take it easy, guys. May the dice gods be a really favour.